Welcome to Packed With Flavour, where we open up a booster pack and have a look at all the flavour goodness that's inside. Today's booster pack is Khans of Tarkir. Tarkir was originally called Monseng in the Planes Chase product, where they usually test out ideas for future planes and themes and flavours, and now we get Tarkir today. It's a pretty cool set. The artistic director was Jeremy Jarvis. Let's get cracking. And first up we have Mardu Skull Hunter by Jason Rainville. Straight away you can see the ancient Asian and Middle Eastern influences that go throughout the Tarkir sets with this Mardu warrior. The armour is a squared lamella style, and all of the 13th century Mongolian influences can be clearly seen in this cool piece. Next up we have Tusked Colossodon by Yong Hao Han. Something that's really clever in this piece, to give you a sense of the size of the Colossodon, is where Hans used scale beasts in the foreground of the picture to kind of offset the size of these two creatures, until you realise that these same scale beasts are also in the middle ground underneath the tusked Colossodon, making it seem even larger. Next we have Seb McKinnon's Dutiful Return. This is classic McKinnon, using a background that's almost monochromatic, very flat, and then having characters in the foreground highlighted by the light source. It also goes to show that the Sultai are unbelievably wealthy if they're even going to adorn their zombie servants in gold. Einok Tracker by Evan Shippard. The Einok, or Houndfolk of Tarkir, actually come in two distinct races. One of them associates themselves with the Mardu, and these are based off of jackals, and then these Tema Einok are based off of Tibetan Mastiffs, with their thicker fur and larger frame much better suited to the tundra that the Tema frontier inhabit. Jeskai Banner by Daniel Ljunggren. This artist is often called on to do artifacts across different sets, and actually has several different cycles to his name. So, without further ado, he has done the Khan's Banners, the Commander Medallions, the Dragon Monuments, the Ravnica Key Runes, and the Magus Staffs. This is pretty impressive for an artist, to be honest with you, and we hope to see more cycles from him in the future. Smoke Teller by Min Yoon. This kind of hazy, feathered smoke that you can see on the smoke teller is actually something of a trademark for this artist, and is expertly employed to convey the mysterious hidden nature of the Sultai brood. You can also see this effect used in Obscuring Ether, Mirrorwing Dragon, and Angel of Sanctions, all very different cards in flavour, but all benefit from this style. Sage Eye Harrier by Chase Stone. Like the Einok, the Avon or bird people of Tarkir also come in different races that are affiliated to the different clans. The Falcons affiliated with the Jeskai, like we see here. This is also a classic stone piece, with the attention or intent of the figure being off-frame, giving the whole thing a sense of movement. Another Chase Stone piece here with Singing Bell Strike, depicting a Jeskai warrior facing off against two Mardu warriors. The naming conventions for a lot of the Jeskai affiliated cards are actually based off of real-world Shaolin monk fighting style naming conventions, and add a whole bunch of depth to this clan. Erase by Zach Steller. Steller's a bit of a hard artist to pin down because their style is so versatile across all the different cards. What I really love here about Erase is that it shows the diametrically opposed philosophies of the Jeskai and the Sultai. These two clans on Tarkir are completely at odds with each other, and you can see this Jeskai monk wading its way through the Sultai brood's magic. Jungle Hollow by Itan Zana. Something that's really interesting about these Gain Life lands is that there are actually two different versions of each one. So this Jungle Hollow has the Khans of Tarkir version and the Dragons of Tarkir version. Kind of an idea that you're seeing the same location across two completely different timelines, which sort of gets lost the more that these cards are reprinted in other sets, but within the context of Tarkir is a really significant flavour beat. River Wheel Aerialists by Jack Wang. The illustration depicts a trio of Jin monks that belong to the Jeskai Way. The Jin of the Jeskai Way are often high-ranking officials and act as teachers to the rest of the clan. Seeing as they're able to fly, I guess it's a little bit easier for them to learn all the martial arts styles. Sam Burley brings us Tomb of the Spirit Dragon. Like the Jungle Hollow, Tomb of the Spirit Dragon also combines with Crucible of the Spirit Dragon and Haven of the Spirit Dragon to show the same location but in different time streams. The flavour text is also an interesting little nugget of information that alludes to the storyline yet to come. High Spire Mantis by Igor Kirilak. The inclusion of the mantis as part of the Jeskai Way could very well be influenced by the real-world martial art forms, the northern and southern praying mantis styles. The colour of the mantis is also incredibly soft compared to the harsh terrain around it, kind of belying its very dangerous nature. Sultai Ascendancy by Karl Kopinski. This is a classic Kopinski work, employing heavy, almost black earth tones to depict the figures in the jungle mist, and only the incredibly detailed armour having any highlights whatsoever. Also notice the other members of the Sultai brood high in the spires in the background, really leaning into that heavy, oppressive atmosphere that the Sultai cultivate. Next we have a basic forest from Titus Luntner. Something I really love about Titus's lands is that he always gives you a sense of vastness and depth, even without doing an aerial shot. So, case in point, you have the forest trees being the large-scale structures in the background, and you as the viewer are on the forest floor looking up at them. Check out his lands, there's always this motif and it's always so effective. And lastly, we have a zombie token from the one and only Wayne Reynolds. This is classic Reynolds, with the comic book style, the heavily exaggerated form of the zombie, everything about it just screams dynamic movement and weight. You can feel the weight of the zombie's hand ornaments, its weapon, the yoke and chains around its neck, and the ringlet bolted to its head. It's bordering on whimsy, whilst also being incredibly frightening. And there we have it, guys. That was Khans of Tarkir. Let us know in the comments below what your favourite flavour picks are from this pack, and indeed from this set as a whole. This set has so much good flavour, and it only gets better the further into the block you get, so I suggest you check it out. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. You can hit us up on Twitter at MTFlavouring, and don't forget to listen to the full-length podcast, Magic the Flavouring, where we discuss all things magic flavour design and lore found wherever you get your podcasts. Cheers, guys. We'll see you next time.